All right, we're gonna be working on a triangle choke from the closed guard. Triangle choke is one of my favorites because it engages the legs right away and the probability of finish is really high. So, starting from the closed guard, and I'm showing this in a no-gi scenario because it's much easier to show, but when I'm working this, I've got to control the center. Okay, I've got to control the center and I've got to make sure that I'm able to break my opponent down. So how do I do that? So I'm going to grab the wrist here and I'm going to lift the wrist off of my belly. And what I'm going to do from here is notice that I'm already pulling with my legs, but she's got pretty good posture, so she's not going to let me break her down that easy. But what I want to do is I'm going to take one hand and I'm going to push it into her belly. I'm going to take the other hand and I'm going to pull it towards my ear at the same time. As I'm doing that, my guard opens and I'm going to throw my legs over her shoulders and go into a shoulder trap position. So I'm going to push, pull, hips up, and I trap. Here, trap. Now, my hips are completely off the mat. I've got to keep my hips off the mat. I'm going to push her arm to one side. I want to get her elbow on my far hip. From this point, this is all about controlling my opponent's head. Because my hips are off the mat, if she postures up, I can follow her posture with my body, right? But as I pull here, look at my hips. They're going towards the mat. So if I have no control over her head and she postures up, my guard's going to open or my trap's going to open and she's going to escape. So I've got to make sure that I control the head as my hips are coming down. So I push, pull, hips up, shoulder trap, pushing the arm across. Now, I'm going to pull my knees to my chest and look, keeping one hand on the wrist, my other hand is free. I'm going to pull and grab my shin, the one that's over the shoulder. Here, grabbing. So now when my opponent tries to posture, she's got to carry all of my body weight and that's not going to happen. From this point, just like the arm bar, I want to turn my body in such a way that my spine is aligned with her hand, or her arm rather. So I'm going to place my hand, or my foot, on the hip as I turn my body here. Look, I'm nice alignment. Now I'm going to bring the bend of my elbow over to my ankle here, taking my hands, letting go, going around the hand. I'm going to grab the crown of the head, squeeze and pull, and get my finish. Turn this way. Grips, push, pull, hips up, trap, push the arm across, pulling with my knees, grabbing my shin here, opening, pushing on the hip. Again, always squeezing with the knees, never lazy, squeezing. Big turn with the body. You can even use your opposite hand to underhook the leg to get a big turn. Bend of the knee over the ankle, go over and around the hand, crown of the head pull, and finish. It's important to note that when I'm going for my finish and I have this trap here, I'm pointing my feet in one direction and my knees in the opposite direction. And I'm engaging my entire body. Every muscle in my body is engaged as I crunch and I pull. Never pulling away, always crunching in to get my finish. And that's a triangle from closed guard.